Welcome to the Downers Grove Township meeting of the Township Board of Trustees for December 15th, 2022. Let's start off with, first off, the call to order, but now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lorraine, take roll.
Trustee Riccobati.
Here.
Trustee Ferguson. Here. Trustee Stoll. Here. Trustee Olpen.
Here.
And Supervisor Coltrane.
Here. We have a quorum. Next is public comment. Residents have an opportunity to speak during public comment. Comments are directed to the supervisor. We ask that comments be kept to 2 minutes and address Downers Grove Township issues. Please refrain from profanity and personal attacks directed at people and be respectful of all residents. We remind you public comments are not a Q&A session. Thank you. We'll start off with Mary first.
Do I need to come up or
We just need to be able to hear you.
Okay. At the October Township Board meeting, Trustee Riccobati said that he respected the democratic process, then proceeded to try to intimidate me from writing every month by saying I was grandstanding or trying to get my name in the minutes. Do you intimidate all voters that write in or just me? Who am I grandstanding for? The Democrats? The people that threw me under the bus when I told them that I was targeted on 4chan and in a Facebook group by Proud Boys, the 44 Army, and fringe elements of Anonymous, some of them local chapters, after speaking at a school board meeting? You think I'm grandstanding for them? No, I'm here because I care. I know I don't look like it, but I will be 55 in 8 years, and I'm starting to think ahead. The two things I'm asking for cost the taxpayers zero money and just a little of your time, and they add a layer of transparency to the township that is apparently needed. I wrote an email to the supervisor on November 14th, 2022, which I have right here. You can see it had all the dates on it in the headers, and I'm starting to And at the November meeting, the supervisor claimed he never received an email. Either the email system is broken or the supervisor lied. Only one of these things can be fixed with taxpayer dollars. I'm now going to read the email that should have been read at the November meeting. It still applies to this December meeting. Hello, thank you for addressing the Zoom issue at the November meeting. About a year ago, I was targeted on 4chan by white supremacist and political extremist groups after speaking at a D99 school board meeting. In the interest of the township boards and the public safety, I do not attend the township meetings in person, but I do watch them. When I did attend in person before this happened, I had asked these same questions for about 9 months and received no response. I decided to continue asking the same questions via email. The fact that you have not answered it in almost 21 months now, well, I guess it's 23, speaks volumes, so thank you for finally discussing it. I've attended township meetings both on Zoom and in person, and the Zoom meetings were all better attended than in-person meetings. It's more convenient than driving all the way across town for 10 minutes for a 15-minute meeting, especially if you're elderly, and it really just adds to real-time transparency. If it could be available at no cost, why not make it available? The other issue that I hope you'll address, in 2018, then Republican Governor Bruce Rauner signed an executive order abolishing nepotism in state government hiring. I urge the Downers Grove Township Board to adopt a similar policy.
Thank you. Next up, Gloria.
Hi, my name is Gloria Curso. I've lived in Downers Grove forever. I did some of my schooling here. I'm here probably to represent more of this beautiful building we have and the senior activities that go on here that I've attended. I've donated to, attended the events, and they've all been very successful that I could see. So this is a good thing for people in our community. So that's my comment for the seniors and this building.
Thank you. And Mike?
Yeah, I'd like to comment on the great job that the township has done on the cemetery. It looks considerably better than what it was. And I also agree that the seniors center has been a big help to a lot of people.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to number 5, the motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting from November 17th as presented. So moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Lorraine, would you take roll?
Trustee Oldham.
Aye.
Trustee Stoll. Aye. Trustee Ricordati.
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
And Supervisor Coltrane.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up is the motion to approve the trustee audit and approval of bills and claims as presented. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Lorraine, would you take roll?
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Trustee Ricordati.
Aye.
Trustee Stoll.
Aye.
Trustee Oldham.
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up, number 7 is the motion to approve resolution 2022-121, 522-1, the notice of reappointment of Mark A. Jonas for the Clarendon Blackhawk Mosquito Abatement District for a term of 4 years. And we'll read the resolution now. Whereas Mark Jonas is a resident and elector of the Clarendon Blackhawk Mosquito Abatement District, and whereas the term of said Mark A. Jonas is scheduled to expire on December 7th, 2022, and whereas Mark A. Jonas has served previously on the board of the Clarendon Hills Blackhawk Mosquito Abatement District and has expressed interest in continuing to serve on the board, and whereas under the provisions of the Illinois Revised Statute, the Board of Trustees of Downers Grove Township has the authority to and is charged with the responsibility to appoint trustees to the Mosquito Abatement District. And whereas Mark A. Jonas has appeared before the Board of Trustees for interview and appeal, and whereas it's appearing to the Board of Trustees that Mark A. Jonas is submitting his statement of economic interest to the clerk and fully qualified to serve as a Mosquito Abatement District trustee. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that Mark A. Jonas be and is hereby appointed as trustee of the Clarendon Blackhawk Mosquito Abatement District for a term to be completed on December 7th, 2026. Dated in Downers Grove, this is the 15th day of December 2022. Do we have a motion and a second? I need a motion and a second. Motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
No, I
Lorraine?
think it's always good to have people fill those positions that have done it.
This might be well, it's a question. What is abatement? Abatement? Well, that's, I just. Mosquito abatement, like, every.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you're abating taxes, putting people in that. They can go away.
All right, Lorraine, roll.
Trustee Ricordati.
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Trustee Stoll. Aye. Trustee Oldham.
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up, we have the motion to approve the PACE contract for calendar year 2023 as presented. We gave that out last month, and is there any, first off, do I have a motion to pass it?
So moved.
And a second? Second. Any discussion on this? So PACE helps out seniors, seniors and people who are disabled, if they need a bus ride to and from doctor's appointments and or any shopping, any personal things that they have to do. We've had that now for many years. Lorraine, any questions on
Are they the
that?
only option we have?
They are yes, at the moment they are.
How is their staffing doing these days?
Their staffing is not great. They've had issues, and unfortunately, at the moment, this is all we have to do for this. So we have been working with them. We are getting a list of riders and calling them to make sure that they're, being picked up on time, and if they have any problems. If they do have issues, we have been discussing it directly with PACE, make sure that they can get taken to.
I mean, PACE covers most all of this, right? It's like such a small, the township really contributes a fairly small amount.
Mhm. Yeah, the writers pay $3 per way,
Well, even the township, yeah, even
and
the
the
township.
township ends up flipping the rest of
Yeah,
it.
right. But it's also for like dialysis and things.
It's for any medical procedure, yes. And it's anywhere within Downers Grove Township. It does also take you to Good Sam and Loyola on the other side of County Line in Crow Ridge. Okay, Lorraine?
Okay, trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Trustee Recordati.
Aye.
Trustee Stoll. Trustee Oker. Supervisor Colton.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up is supervisor's report. Just wanted to kind of talk about a little bit about the senior center since that was brought up. The Thursday of our meeting, there's always a thing for seniors. Today it was a Christmas party. We had well over 50 people here. These tables were all full, and it was a lot of fun to see them happy and smiling and singing Christmas carols and doing puzzles and games and stuff. So it was a lot of fun, and they all seemed to really enjoy it. The Friends for Downers Grove Township Seniors is the one who sponsors that, and so it was a really nice event. We had yesterday 25 people for bingo. Bingo is the second Wednesday of every month, and it's been pretty consistent on the number of people we've been having. We had 17 people yesterday for community dining, which is our all-time high. And then tomorrow we have a jam session for anybody who has a musical instrument, wants to come and play. It's a lot of fun to watch them. It's in the afternoon, so that is kind of ends a lot of our activities. We'll have community dining throughout the Christmas holidays on Tuesday and Wednesdays. That will continue, but most of the other activities are done for the Christmas holidays. We are pretty full though, and there is a sheet, yellow sheet that's out that lists all of the events coming up for January and February. So we're getting quite a few in already. So if you know any seniors want to come and do something, it's a lot of fun. And there's game day every Tuesday in the morning and afternoon. We have a ping pong table, and so there's quite a few people that play ping pong and other games. So that's on every Tuesday. Again, bingo will be on January the 11th. We have computer classes. We have also other classes for seniors to take. So it's been very nice, and with the new senior center to get all of these programs up and running. Karen, who's the head of the seniors department, has done a wonderful job of getting these things organized, up and running. We seem to have helped out quite a few people. Also, we've had so far in the year, over 200 people have taken applications here for LIHEAP, that's the low income heating program. And Youth Services is finishing up their classes for the spring or the fall semester. And that will start up again, of course, after the first of the year.
What's the most popular program with the biggest turnout?
Right now, it is bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah,
G4.
G4, right. That has been, community dining is picking up, game day has picked up a lot, but bingo is still, 25 actually was kind of low for that. We've had as many as 40 for
Well,
that.
it's still getting established. It takes a while for people to,
Correct.
start finding out. This calendar is packed.
Yes.
I mean, in the last couple months, it is like really,
It has picked up tremendously, right?
In a way, we really don't want community dining to be heavy, right? I mean, that means people are hungry.
Well, community dining is open for anybody.
It's so-
Anybody over 60 years old can come for community dining.
It's not people that need.
It's not necessary.
Could be, but
It
not
could be,
necessarily.
but not necessarily. So we recommend, or the DuPage County Senior Council who puts it on recommends that you pay $5. They don't require it. Some people put in 10 or 20. So it's really up to the person. But it is not, it's for anybody 60 and older. So it's a great way for seniors just to come and hang out and meet people. We have a group of like 8 that have really become bonded and are friends and are doing things outside of here. So it's been real nice. And we had a person who last month, we had a Halloween party here, and we had an email where the woman said, "You cannot believe how much my parents enjoyed this. It was so nice to them. They've had health issues over the last 2 years. They've had financial issues. They've had, they have not have been able to be with their friends, and so this was such a great relief." So, and I believe they were here today as well. So yeah, the senior center, because we have not had this program before, we have not had this building before, is brand new, and like Abby says, it does take a little while to get stuff up and running, but I'm very happy with the way they're doing it. And it's, there's a lot of good classes that are being done. We're doing, they're working with the Senior Advisory Committee, which is made up of people throughout Downers Grove Township, whether they're in communities, libraries, villages, retirement homes, and they are working on a dementia-friendly program, which I think is really, really important. I know there are some restaurants around right now that are dementia-friendly, which means they have an area set aside for people with dementia and a menu that's a little bit with fewer choices, so they don't get so intimidated by it. So I think that is, and I know that is one of the things that they are working on heavily for this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Next up, we do not have an assessor's report. We do have a highway report, and it's Andy gave this to me. The last month, the highway department has been working on the following projects. We finished sweeping all the curb and gutters in the unincorporated areas right after Thanksgiving. About half of our subdivisions are curb and gutter, and it takes our contractor on a week to sweep them. Sweepings are done twice a year, once in the spring and then in the fall, after the majority of the leaves are down. We had our first snowy early December, and the crew salted all our routes. We cleaned out the gravel from our salt bins and filled in low shoulders on Bluff and Cass Avenues. We also filled some shoulders in Brookridge subdivision, and in some shoulders in Seacrest subdivision, which were low. We placed our first order for salt and had 125 tons shipped in. Salt prices dropped this year, that's a nice thing, from $81.13 to $75.88 a ton. On average, we use between 1,200 and 1,500 tons per winter. Crews were busy picking up down limbs and trees from several windy days we had in the last days of November and in December. They've also been busy trimming and removing trees off of our work orders. We spent several days patching potholes with cold mix. We also patched several areas in Brookridge with hot asphalt before the plants closed for the winter. Several signs were replaced due to age or accidents. Signs were replaced in the Seacrest subdivision, Madison Street at 97th, and several intersection signs were replaced because they were old and hard to read. Sincerely, Andy Anderson. And with that, if there is no old and new business, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. And Lorraine, take roll. Oh, that's a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
And our next regular meeting is Thursday, January 19th at 7 p.m.